We are getting ready to leave the Wilton Hilton. Had a great sleep here, good stay, had all the amenities that you need. We'll get out to road walking shortly. We are leaving the Wilton Hilton compound, the Hilcrest Baptist Church. Thanks again, Pastor Wilt. This was a great stay. Really appreciate the hospitality. Just like a nice little oasis in the middle of a long road walk. The Grand Rising over a country road. Florida Trail continues straight across here along Betts Road, but there's a Dollar General down here, and I believe this road 167 is more of a direct route to the Dollar General. Made it. So I got a resupply of instant oats because I needed something in addition to my dried fruit. So this will be a good little carb on the go. Ideally, I'd prefer chia seed. I got some yogurt, got a couple of bananas I'm gonna eat right now. I got this little cappuccino thing. I got this looks pretty good. So I'm gonna drink that down. And then I got my dark chocolate walnuts. Done at the Dollar General. That was a pretty decent resupply. Got everything I needed. And now we're back on the road. So to reconnect with the Florida Trail, we gotta go north on this 231 highway. We're staying right on Scott Road. Headed to the Econfina Trailhead entrance. Here's the official trailhead, and it is busy today. Quite a few cars. Can't tell you how good it feels to finally be off of a road and back into the woods. I'm actually pretty excited for this section of trail. Heard it's well maintained, and I heard it's beautiful. Here are all the destinations and corresponding mileage. So far, this section of trail is absolutely beautiful. Got a nice little vibe to it, too. Two Penny Bridge. This is pretty cool. I think the campsite is down there. Really cool. It's a nice little spot right next to the waterfall. It's a little tricky getting down here. It's pretty steep. Not too bad. Oh, this looks nice. Yeah, we're gonna get this. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Absolutely pristine water source right there. Filled up a few times, drank a little bit of it. Really good. Tastes good too. These river sections are always a bit more of a challenge than you think because of the ups and downs. They can get pretty steep at times. Walking by the Trap Pond Campsite Junction. Campsite's about 0.7 miles down that way. We don't need anything there, so I'm just gonna keep on walking. Fender Bridge. Another amazing flowing water source. Super clear. Steep drop off on my right. This section of trail is bringing back like nostalgia from Madeira. Because on that island, a lot of the trails are like this, where on one side it just drops off into a ravine or some type of mountain cliff. Once again, I underestimated a river section. The ups and downs, the roller coaster terrain burns you up, gets that cardio going. Got a little two beam action going on here. Nice little flat spot. I believe this section is called the Bluffs. Whoa. Your climb is rewarded with this view. I was trying to check out this Devil's Hole situation. It's not like accurate on the far out map, so I kept walking, trying to see what is going on up here. It looks like it's just a picnic table and a porta potty. So it looks like you got a camping area over here. And I see stairs that lead somewhere. So I was gonna get water there, but it didn't really look too appetizing. So moving on, there's a couple people fishing there. So this is Seashell Landing. There's actually beach access down there, but there's a whole bunch of people. So I just kept walking. Gotta remember, it is a weekend. So there's been people everywhere. And it is a little confusing to walk around here because the path is constantly crisscrossing with the road and like woods, and I don't know, it is a little confusing. But every single campsite so far has been occupied. So if you think you're gonna come here and find an open camp spot, think again. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but you do have to reserve the campsites here. And I tried, I looked online, there was nothing available. And the website itself is kind of clunky. It's not really easy to use. Walsingham Bridge Road. So we got to go up and over. All right. And it looks like we go back in here at the trailhead. There is a lot of people out and about in this section today, which makes me wonder if my stealth spot will be taken. Trying to find the Tupelo Spring. I'm assuming this is it, because I do see a slight difference in the color of the water. Oh yeah, that's the spot. It's right across from this, looks like a campground or maybe a cabin I see over there. But you can see the color is different. It's coming up from the ground. A lot of fish in there. Now that has got to be some of the clearest spring water, clearest water I've had on this trail. Gotta give myself 5 minutes to rest. I think I've been going all day pretty much. And then I believe there's also another spring I want to hit before going into this camp tonight. That Tupelo spring might just be one of my favorite spots on the whole trail. It's so crystal clear, so peaceful. You can actually see where the spring is bubbling up from underneath the ground, which is pretty cool. Whew, I'm ascending some type of hill. This is the most elevation gain I think I've had in one day on the Florida Trail. Check out this horseshoe bend. It's pretty cool. Damn, another climb. I didn't think I'd have to check the contours for Florida, but making my descent down to Quail Farm Spring Run, this is a pretty steep decline. I've made it to Quail Farm Spring Run. This is the last water source before where I'm gonna camp tonight. So after I collected water, I turned around and expected the trail to continue this way. And I noticed there's just like a big old tree in the way. But then I realized it's actually up here. So now I either gotta make a big old giant step, or it looks like potentially I could walk along this log to that log, and then, yeah, looks like that's actually one log, and I can kind of scale that up to the trail. Well, scaling those logs worked. I just went from one log to the next and then hopped right up. So that was actually pretty simple. Actually, I just pulled off a tick, my first tick of the day. So that means I definitely need to check once I'm at camp. It's been a lot of up and downs today, which is why it took me a lot longer than I anticipated. And now we just need to find a flat open surface area, preferably with some pine duff, so we can set up my tent. Up here is looking promising. This is nice over here. It's another nice spot right here. Okay, all tucked in my little nook over here, kind of behind these trees. Trail is right here, so right off the path. But this was probably the best spot. But I like this spot because it had this wooden log bench. Has a relatively flat surface, so I could put my food on there. Cold soaking my oats with some dried fruit. Got the beef jerky. So that should be good for my meal tonight. But I think that does it for me today. I think I did about 23 miles on the day. So I'm pretty tired. Started off with a road walk and then went into this roller coaster terrain along the Econfina River. But it was a beautiful length of trail. And then the springs, getting water from those springs, that's always a pleasure. Drinking straight from the source, which is the best. I think I should sleep well tonight. So we'll pick this back up tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching.